389 Gregory Nazianzus, theologian and Patriarch of Constantinople b. 329. 477 Geiseric, king of the Vandals and Alans. 536 Ankan, 27th Emperor of Japan c. 531-6, dies at 69 or 70 b. 466. 844 Pope Gregory IV, Italian Pope 827-844. In 1067 Zhao Shu, Chinese Emperor Yingzong of Song 1063-67, dies of illness at 34. In 1138 Anacletus II Pietro Pierleone, Jewish antipope 1130-38, dies. In 1139 Godfried I, with the beard, Duke of Brabant and Earl of Leuven, dies. In 1366 Henry Suso, German Dominican friar, mystic and popular spiritual writer Clock of Wisdom, dies at 70. In 1431 Charles Roman II, Duke of Lorraine b. 1364. In 1494 Ferdinand I Ferrante, King of Naples 1458-1494, dies at 70. In 1547 Leuven Algoet, Flemish humanist who worked for Erasmus, dies. King of Denmark, Sweden and Norway, dies at 77. In 1573 Hirohide, Japanese samurai, dies at the Battle of Mikitagahara b. 1553. In 1586 Lucas Cranach the Younger, German Renaissance painter, dies at 70. In 1627 Louis H. Bert, French apothecary, king's attorney and colonist of New France, dies at 51 or 52. In 1640 Robert Burton, British writer and Anglican clergyman, The Anatomy of Melancholy, dies at 62. In 1670 Nicholas Roman II, Duke of Lorraine b. 1612. In 1726 Guillaume Delisle, French cartographer known for his accurate maps of the Americas including Louisiana and Mississippi River, dies at 50. In 1733 Gilbert Heathcote, Mayor of London b. 1652. In 1733 Reinhard Vincent Graf van Hompesch, German general and governor who fought for the Dutch, dies at 72 or 73. In 1744 Domenico Natalsaro, Italian opera composer, dies at 64. In 1751 Paul Dudley, Attorney General of Massachusetts, dies at 75. In 1775 Georg Friedrich Schmidt, German engraver, etcher, and pastel painter, court artist for King Frederick of Prussia and Empress Elizabeth of Russia, dies at 63. In 1820 Joseph Franz Weigel, German cellist and early proponent of the thumb technique, dies at 79. In 1821 Johann Valkenier, Dutch politician and patriot, dies at 62. In 1828 Caroline Lamb, English aristocrat, author Glenarvan, wife of William Lamb and lover of Lord Byron, dies of dropsy fluid retention at 42. In 1829 William Shield, English violinist and composer, master of the King's music, 1817-29, dies at 80. In 1844 Horace H. Hayden, first American licensed dentist and co-founds First Dental College, dies at 74. In 1849 Elias Parish Alvaz, British harpist and composer Voyage d'un harpiste en Orient, dies of pneumonia at 40. Russian explorer who discovered the continent of Antarctica, dies at 72. In 1855 Dorothy Wordsworth, English poet, diarist and sister of William Wordsworth, dies at 83. In 1869 Francis Wilkinson Pickens, American legislator and governor of South Carolina 1860-62, dies at 63. In 1871 Jean Villepreux, mother of Aquaria Folly, French pioneering marine biologist and inventor of the aquarium, dies at 76. In 1872 Richard S. Ewell, U.S. Army officer and Confederate General, Battle of Gettysburg, Battle of Spotsylvania Courthouse, dies at 54. In 1875 Leopold Janser, Bohemian violinist, composer, and teacher, dies at 79. In 1881 Konstantin Thon, Russian architect, Grand Kremlin Palace, dies at 86. In 1882, Peter Singer, Austrian composer and instrument maker, dies at 71. In 1891, Theo van Gogh, Dutch art dealer and brother of Vincent van Gogh, dies at 33. In 1896, Frans Beekelmans, Flemish architect, Court of Justice, dies at 68. In 1896, Frederick Leighton, British painter and sculptor, President of the Royal Academy 1878-96, dies a day after being made a Baron, shortest-lived peerage, at 65. In 1899, Alfredo de Escrednol Tournay, Brazilian politician and writer in Accenture, dies at 55. In 1906, Joseph Wheeler, American Major General, Confederacy Cavalry Army of Tennessee, dies at 70. In 1906, Pierre Lambert Goossens, Belgian Archbishop of Mechelen and Cardinal Primate of Belgium, dies at 78. In 1907, Ren Potier, French racing cyclist, Tour de France 1906, dies of suicide at 27. In 1908, Uta Maria Louise Ram, English writer under two flags, dies of pneumonia at 69. In 1910, Leon Mors, French economist, School of Lausanne, dies at 75. In 1911, Kano Sagarko, Japanese anarcho-feminist journalist, hanged for her role in the plot to assassinate Emperor Meiji, dies at 29. In 1917, Ted Tyler, English cricket spin bowler, won Test, 4 wickets, Somerset CCC, dies at 52. In 1921, Mykola Leontovich, Ukrainian composer, dies at 43. In 1925, Juan Vucetich, Croatian-born Argentine anthropologist who pioneered fingerprint identification, dies at 66. In 1933, William Fawkes, British organist, transcriber and composer, dies at 59. In 1940, Elias Simajoki, Finnish clergyman and far-right politician, dies at 40. In 1942, Eugenie Samuel Holman, Belgian composer, dies at 78. In 1943, Spencer Charters, American actor, Three Faces, West, Big Town Girl, St. Louis Kid, dies at 67. In 1949, Emil Axman, Czech composer and musicologist, Moravian folk songs, dies at 61. In 1949, Makino Nobuaki, Japanese statesman and court official, dies at 87. In 1951, Sergei Ivanovich Vavilov, Soviet physicist, Vavilov Cherenkov effect, dies at 59. In 1952, Svein Bjørnson, Danish Icelandic politician, first president of Iceland 1944-52 and poet, dies at 70. In 1957, Ikizo Kobayashi, Japanese industrialist and 20th Minister of Commerce and Industry, dies at 84. In 1957, Kiyoshi Shiker, Japanese physician and bacteriologist, b. 1871. In 1960, Diana Barrymore, American actress, Nightmare, Lady Courageous, fired wife, dies of an alcohol and drug overdose at 38. In 1960, Rutland Borton, British composer, The Immortal Hour, dies at 82. In 1963, Wilson Kettle, of Newfoundland, dies at 102, leaving 582 living descendants. 1965, Gustav Staffnes, Flemish-Belgian carillonist, organist, composer, Marie Rotariou, and educator, dies at